Ba-ba-da-bum-ba-dum. Let's see. I think I'm live. I'm fairly certain of it. There we go. I thought I'd pull the old phone out there and see if I can do a little live chat with you guys on the YouTube. And let me get a quick thing going here. Let me get an open. Excuse me, I apologize. Let me just do some technical setups here. Because I don't think anybody's watching right now anyway. Oh, hey, one person's watching. Hello, person! Nice to see you. And, okay, cool. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing like a video today about the Avengers trailer that just dropped today. And hold on, that does not look great. All right, let me try this. Yeah, that looks better. There we go. Why, hello. And I'm going to share this on Twitter. Hey, I'm live. Come join me in my dance of death on YouTube. And let's see, do I got a couple people? I got a couple people here. I haven't done a live show for a while, and I'm going to start bringing them back. This might be the swan song for this phone, which I like to record these things on. So I might start doing live shows again real soon. I kind of miss doing them. I got really into them for a minute. I'm live. Come ask me stuff. Okay. And one more thing here. Beginning of every live show on YouTube, it's always really boring. It's always the people checking to see if it's working, and maybe sharing links. And I'm going to try and do this for about, I don't know, maybe an hour if I feel like it. Hey, Lindsay, I'm doing a live show. I'm doing a live show. Okay. Let's see. I'm being broadcast across the world right now. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these. I apologize. I wanted to keep doing these weekly, and then I kind of just got out of the habit. And when you get out of the habit of anything, it's kind of hard to jump back in. So I decided to kind of wet my feet a little bit and maybe do like an impromptu live show. I've been thinking about doing one for the last few days, actually. Green tea out of my Monster cereal cup. And, you know, Christmas was a little weird. I don't know if I've done a live show since Christmas, now that I think about it. Christmas was a little weird. From two members of our families, we got Monster cereal stuff. Like, I can't remember who got us anymore. I know it was my sister-in-law and my niece. One of them got us this collection of these cool Monster cereal glasses. And then we went over my sister's house and this Monster cereal board game, which we haven't played yet. And I'm really interested in sitting down with Lindsay and actually playing this. I've actually even contemplated doing it as a video. Would you guys be interested in seeing me do some like board games and shit? Maybe. I don't know. It's something to do. Let's see. Hey, Stumble Reel. Nice to meet you. Okay, Marvel Comics won't be shutting down anytime soon, but I believe the comic industry will burn to the ground, and from the ashes will rise biannual graphic novels ongoing series or multi-issue magazines like manga. That's possible. I wouldn't really call it burning to the ground, really. What we know of comics for the last 100 years, yeah, that would be burned to the ground. But I think the important thing is the medium will continue. It will be different, but it will continue. I'm not I don't have enough vision to kind of see exactly where we're going to end up. I imagine print periodicals will probably go out. I don't want that, but that's probably what will happen. We'll probably go all digital at some point for us to keep doing print. And Marvel right now has a really good game on their trades, because they'll do an arc and maybe like the next week they'll have the arc out on trade. I've seen that a couple times where I walked by a shelf and I was like, wait, didn't they just up like last week or something like that? So I feel like Marvel is thinking about it, and I think they have their eyes on the prize, which they always do, let's face it. Had no idea Monster Cereal was such a large multimedia franchise. It is the biggest. Yeah, I don't know why. There's a bunch of cool crap with the Monster Crunch characters. I love it. I wish they made Monster Cereal all year long. As a matter of fact, this box even has Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy on the box, which they don't make that every year. They've done. I never had those cereals until a couple of years ago when they did them out of a celebration of an anniversary. I loved them. They were amazing. I can eat Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy, which I can't really tell too much of the difference. Maybe that's why they've canceled each other out or something like that. But they're amazingly delicious cereals. I highly recommend them if they reissue them, that is. So I thought I would talk a little bit about the Avengers Endgame. I'll kind of give some thoughts about it. Maybe I'll retitle this video Avengers Endgame thingy. But yeah, I woke up this morning. I had some things to do, and I was very surprised. I think I turned on YouTube like 6 minutes after it premiered or something like that. So I missed the opportunity just barely of writing first. Oh, darn it, I always wanted to do that. So I've seen it a few times today, and it's got a lot of clips from previous movies, but I think what they're doing is basically kind of getting us ready. This is an end of sorts. Essentially, it's the end of the Avengers' dominance in this franchise. I assume the Avengers in some form will continue on, but I do definitely believe that the X-Men and Fantastic Four, and quite possibly Spider-Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, they will definitely be taking the leads for, I don't know, I guess the next 10 years, and then we'll see after that. It's just, it's funny because I was looking at the poster today, and first thing that hit me was when I was a kid, I used to daydream and imagine what a film like this would have been like. We'd all grew up like, oh man, if only they get the comics right on film. Oh, if they only do it. Into this too. There are some things I've never thought I'd see. Marvel too. I mean, say what you will about DC, they've done some kind of impressive things that I also wasn't sure I'd see on screen, and I'm seeing impressive. And outside of them, we got Hellboy and Scott Pilgrim. I mean, this is a real nice golden age of comic book film and TV adaptations, and I'm really grateful to live in this time for that. So yeah, I'm just I I I know their contracts are up, so we probably won't see them. We'll probably maybe see them again, but not on any kind of regular basis. And plus, actors after 10 years, may want to move on. So, I mean, I will miss seeing Chris Evans as Captain America and Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I don't know if we're going to lose anybody else. I think Hemsworth is going to continue for Thor for a little while longer. Especially now that he kind of like found a new angle for the character. So I imagine that's going to be fun to play for maybe a couple more movies and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm excited, for the future, because that's what's so cool about this Marvel universe is the last couple of weeks I've been thinking about the discussion over like James Bond movies, and will someone else take over the role? What will they be doing to continue the James Bond movies? And I've been thinking like maybe they should just take a break, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of is the James Bond franchise. And in a way that, they have like these fantastic villains and exotic locales, fun adventure that's kind of tied into, daily life and political intrigue. And also they have like a certain framing device, like, James Bond films, classically had their opening sequences that, kind of like fit into like, a style, a James Bond opening sequence had a look. And in the last few years, the Marvel Cinematic Universe closing titles have a look. And that's kind of cool. And unlike the James Bond movies, these films are kind of layered with characters where, yeah, you could do years worth of Avengers movies and then turn around and do years worth of Captain America, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, the X-Men, Fantastic Four. They could literally go maybe 10, 20 more years with these characters as a franchise. And then reboot after like 30, 40 years. And then we'll just start over. It keeps on going. So, yeah, I'm just kind of blown away by it, and I'm kind of impressed by it. Let me see if I got any questions on here. Don't leave out Thingy. I will never leave out Thingy. I promise you. Let's see. Makuda. It was nice because it wasn't 12 announcements of the trailer. That's true. It just sprung on us. That's kind of nice. That is weird. Like, not just Marvel, but other franchises will also do this too. They'll give us pre-announcements and pre-trailers and trailers and teasers for trailers. And it's like, come on, man. Just show me the friggin' trailer, for God's sakes. Yeah, Jane, let's see. Makua puts up the Jane Thor. I would love to see Jane Thor, and I would love to see Natalie Portman come back and play that character. Because I know she got some criticism on how she played the character and how the character was written. And I do feel like there's a possibility, because she left off camera and we were just simply told in one single throwaway line that she left him. What if she left him because she was stricken with cancer, or she went to go do something and she discovered she had cancer while she was out, and then goes on this quest of becoming the new Thor and all that stuff. And Natalie Portman's just amazing. It'd be really cool to see her do that. So, I mean, that'd be awesome. Let's see. Omnitron. Hey, Omnitron. It is I, Omnitron. Flying solo. The Duchess is asleep. Well, I'll promise to be quiet. Unless you got earphones. Then I'll just go talk as normal. Deadpoolzilla. Hey, how's it going, man? Let's see. Also, we got, I think we could see Eric Masterson as Thor, or we get Jane Thor. I don't know. We'll see. Jane Thor is more recent. Uh, I don't really know the numbers. I haven't really talked. I'm not too connected to the Thor fan base to see who's more popular. But I wouldn't rule out seeing Eric Masterson at some point. Either I would assume they would probably just get him going as Thunderstrike. Let's see, who would be the MCU Avengers post? Oh man, that's Deadpoolzilla asking who would be the Avengers post Endgame. I don't know. I mean, I would probably, I don't know. I would definitely say we'd probably get Captain Marvel and Black Panther. There is a Black Widow film coming, so she'll probably stick around. We'll probably continue with Vision and maybe Scarlet Witch, maybe Ant-Man. Depends if War Machine continues afterwards. Maybe Ironheart will come in. They might do this thing. It might be cool if they did this thing where the Young Avengers or the Champions kind of became the new Avengers or something like that. I mean, hell, the Young Avengers has Avengers in their name. That wouldn't be too big of a stretch, frankly. And they'd be, they're popular enough, and there are people who want to see them back. So a movie would definitely help that. Let's see, blah blah blah. Bond feels honestly like they just need to stop being on brand. I feel like, let's see, that would be better. Yeah, I agree. I think it's probably about time. Because sometimes since the Brosnan age, they've been trying to they've been doing their best to acknowledge that the world has changed, but Bond hasn't. But we're getting quite the world. Bond wouldn't have been in the Cold War anymore. Isn't that weird to think about it? Like if you're doing a new Bond film, let's say they're gonna do a new Bond film maybe in 3 or 5 years. That Bond, age-wise, probably doesn't line up anymore with the Cold War. And that era and that way of thinking and that version of England doesn't really exist anymore. So it'd be more difficult to legitimize that Bond being old-fashioned. I don't know, you weren't really around to that fashion to be that character. So I don't know. I think this is the risk because they'll have to definitely kind of take a look at the character and see what needs to be updated as old-fashioned today. What to acknowledge. I saw a nice video from Renegade Cut talking about how the Bond films, in a way, are maybe not using the word support or pro, but being ignorant of the wages of colonialism. And that's kind of not relevant anymore, and we'll see. I don't know. I feel like they would have to make some changes, and then of course there would be some old school fans who would not like those changes. But I mean, the world is what it is. So what are you gonna do? Let's see where we are here. Ray Bill Thor, I definitely Stumble Real says Beta Ray Bill. I'd love to see Beta Ray. And look, I think the MCU has proven that they could pull off a character like Beta Ray, and I would kill to see that on screen. My bet, Deadpoolzilla is thinking the new Avengers would probably be Carol, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, and Wasp. That's probably a pretty good lineup. Will Spider-Man stick around after Tony Stark is gone? I mean, probably. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Marion McDaniel. Not too much. I'm just talking about stuff. And let's see. I hope I'm not freezing here. Okay, no, I'm not freezing. My screen froze. That was it. Omnitron, do you think the reason we could get a Professor Hulk do you think the reason we could be getting Professor Hulk in Endgame is that also means test audience reaction to Smart Hulk for potential showing of She-Hulk? That would be cool. the Professor Hulk, the Peter David like merged Hulk is my favorite Hulk. I actually stopped reading Hulk after not too long after I stopped reading Hulk after Peter David left, and they've never really brought that version back too much. So that's kind of my favorite version of the Hulk. So I mean, I'd love to see that. Depends on what Mark Ruffalo wants to do. If he'd be interested in doing that version of the Hulk, which great. And of course, I'm a huge She-Hulk fan, so I mean, I'm ready for She-Hulk. Like, just give me She-Hulk. Deadpoolzilla. It's also been confirmed that the Looney Tunes are part of the DC multiverse. Yeah. Actually, I think they've, I feel like they did a crossover or something back in the 90s too. Look, they own, Warner's owns Looney Tunes and DC Universe. Why not? And crazier things have happened. So, I don't know. It's weird. There's also, a lot of these crossovers use the Hanna-Barbera characters too. I really love the Aquaman Jabberjaw crossover, and that was amazing. The best thing ever was making Jabberjaw look like a realistic shark, but doing Jabberjaw stuff, and that was absolutely brilliant. Don't do him too cartoony. Make him completely realistic looking. It's funnier. Let's see. Omnitron, merged Professor, merged Hulk is also my favorite. Second favorite would be Joe Fixit. Oh, I love Joe Fixit. Joe Fixit would be a cool movie. And then Savage Hulk. Stumble Reel. Will Spidey stick around after the 5-part Marvel Sony partnership ends? That's the real question. Yeah. That is a good question. He probably will. But you know what? You got like Miles waiting in the wings. That could easily continue on. Depends how that works. I mean, maybe Sony will go, well, no, we own Miles too. It's like, whatever. But as long as they can keep doing them, they'll definitely try to do them. Says, I think a better way to go would be still have the Avengers movie series, but have the Fantastic Four be big team. Yeah, I agree. We could still even do Avengers movies, or what I'm thinking they might do for a while is yeah, that's a good question. They'll either continue to do them and there'll be less of that the series is settled around, and they'll have Fantastic Four and holy crap, I mean, and X-Men. I mean, that's why they were so hardcore in getting this deal done, because with the old guard retiring, and they're not going to replace them. They're not going to hire new actors to play Iron Man and Captain America. So, I mean, that's definitely a good way to guarantee that the franchise will keep moving. And can you imagine them doing X-Men movie and then Fantastic Four movie and then Avengers movie? Oh my God, it's big. Let's see. Where are we here? A theater, people excited for She-Hulk. And in the back would be a sulking Goyer. Yeah, man. Wrong. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about She-Hulk. He was also dissing Martian Manhunter. It's like, what do you have against green people, man? That's not cool. It's 2019. Okay. What makes you think a relationship between Superman and Lois Lane? What do you think makes the relationship between Superman and Lois so good, in your opinion? What generally strikes me is that he is the ultimate optimist and she is the cynic, and they fit perfectly together in that mindset. And they're both smart, and they're both funny, and they both care about people. Yeah, I don't know. They just complement each other perfectly. And I can't stand it when people question the relationship and, try and hook them up with other people or kill Lois or what. I don't know. It's such an obvious relationship to me. And it's kind of like the centerpiece relationship of superhero comic books. Let's see. Brian, hey Brian, hello. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Where are we here? Green Lives Matter. That's true. Let's see. You should seriously read Immortal Hulk. I have been thinking about it. There's this guy I've discovered, internet reviewer, Caped Joel. He's been reviewing comics, and I've been watching some of the videos he's been doing about comics I'm not following, and he's been getting me really intrigued in this Immortal Hulk series. It's a really good idea to make a really good idea would be to make a live action film, Exiles, but you got to be careful. I mean, Exiles is an easy property to screw up. Let's see. I didn't know. Let's see. What? Didn't know about Manhunter. Jail time must be served. Yeah, he was. I forgot what he was. David Goyer was saying about Martian Manhunter. He basically dismissed both him and She-Hulk as ridiculous characters, and was a little kind of sleazy about the way he was dissing She-Hulk, which kind of bugs me. Bummed that Swamp Thing is in DC. Marvel might treat him better in the movies. Yeah, they probably would. That would be. I could go for like a cool MCU Swamp Thing movie. Let's see. Unlike people, I didn't mind the Superman Wonder Woman relationship in New 52, but the issue to me was they always focused on Wonder Woman, not Clark and Diana Prince. Yeah, that's true. That's a really interesting thing about the relationship is during the 90s, they were flirting around with that idea, especially in a lot of the Elseworlds books. Excuse me. And I thought that was kind of a cool idea at the time. But I preferred Superman mostly. But, as like a secondary relationship, that would be an interesting idea. And then they did it, and it was like, oh, I guess I didn't want that at all. That's weird. You ever have one of those things where you think you want it, and then you get it, and you go, oh, why did I want this? This isn't good. Oh, I did hear some really good reviews of some of the comics they were doing together. So, and I didn't read those, so maybe I should hold judgment on that kind of thing. Okay. Let me see here. Let me look for some new questions here. Looking forward to May for the Swamp Thing series. That seems really interesting, and I heard Adrian Barbeau is connected to it, which is awesome. Omnitron says, to me, it would have been the best way to have Diane have a secret identity again, but it puts the focus where it belongs in the characters themselves. Yeah, that's true. Although, to be honest, Wonder Woman is one of those characters I kind of like not having a secret identity. I don't know, just when they broke her secret identity, I think back in Crisis, actually, I remember thinking, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense to me. So I like the idea of her using a Diana Prince alias when she needs to go undercover. And they've done that a few times, and that's always really cool. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying this. I also had this idea where Clark and Diana started dating it in their secret identities, not knowing who they are. I don't know if anybody's done that kind of story. You think that at least happened to a couple of characters, especially Marvel characters. They sleep around all the time. I can't think of anybody who's had that storyline. If anybody's heard of anybody doing that, let me know. That sounds really cool. Makura, I think it's pronounced. Wonder Woman and Bats feels more right to me. That's probably because growing up with JL and Justice League Unlimited, so I feel pretty biased. Yeah, you know what? God, I can't remember if it was Grant Morrison who started that thread, that idea, because like they come from two different kind of like worlds that have been classically thought of as opposites, different levels of privilege. There's the rich, the aristocracy and monarchy, and they tend to butt heads because hey, we rule this world. No, we do. So putting them together was kind of an interesting idea. And also, much like the Superman Lois Lane thing, it's like, there's a cynic and there's an optimist. And I don't know. That kind of made sense to me. Let's see. I'm thinking she's still with Steve Trevor, but I don't know how long they'll have that relationship. This is the longest I've seen the relationship go in a while. So we'll see how that works. Favorite Wonder Woman status quo is the ambassador run from Rucka's first run, and yes, that's my favorite run too. It just I couldn't get enough of that run. I absolutely love that. It's probably my favorite. I'm really digging the current G. Willow Wilson run. I think she's got a great voice for Wonder Woman, and I'm very excited to see where she's taking. Excuse me. I'm very excited to see where she's going to take this. I've heard she is probably like a 50-issue run or something like that, or at least 20 issues or something like that. She has some plans, so I can't wait to see what she's doing. Let's see, where are we here? Deadpoolzilla, yeah. How do you think Doomsday Clock will end? How do I think Doomsday Clock will end? Disappointingly? I don't know. I had my doubts in that really working, but I don't know. I mean, I've been surprised before. Let's see, Brian. Who would you see as a decent Wolverine actor? Go as far as depth and for people starting to people worry since Hugh Jackman's departure. Scott Eastwood looks cool. I'm not too familiar with Scott Eastwood. I have heard people throw around Daniel Radcliffe, and I know people laugh at that, but he's a really good actor, and he's done some fucked up, crazy roles since leaving Harry Potter, and he's a short guy, and that's the one thing Hugh Jackman wasn't able to be, because he's a huge guy. And he was so perfect everywhere else. It's one of those things like, yeah, I can let the height go. But as a short man myself, I'd love to see like a short Wolverine. I'd have to see him, but I wouldn't rule him out. Let's see, where are we here? What did you think of the John Hawkgirl being a thing in Snyder's Justice League? Yeah, that's interesting. It actually kind of seems oddly fitting. Considering their histories, that kind of works for me. Did you hear that Doomsday Clock will end with yet another reboot? I hope not. Come on, DC. Let's limit it to 2 reboots during a decade. I hope not. I just hope that's everything is so reboot crazy and reshuffling continuity. Fans just kind of now expect it. Like when New 52 happened, people were like foaming at the bit for Marvel to reboot their entire line. And then Rebirth, and people are going, "Oh, when's Marvel going to do it?" Like, maybe let's see what we can do without doing that. I hope that's just a rumor. I mean, with DC rebooting every few years, I mean it's now an easy rumor to start, really. Let's see. I like the Perez run. Trevor and Candy ended up together. I always thought that was such a cool idea. I agree. I think that was really neat. Tom Cruise is apparently almost cast as Wolverine. He would be good. I mean, I admit that. He's also a short man, although he doesn't like to admit it. He's in the closet for being short. And Wolverine is a character that tends to take over, even though he's in an ensemble. And Tom Cruise tends to take over when he's in an ensemble, so that almost seems perfect. Fun fact, he was almost Iron Man. Matter of fact, he was attached to that movie for like a couple of years or something like that. And yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is better. But when you think about Iron Man and Tony Stark's story, it actually is pretty similar to the type of movie he likes to do, where he's a cocky cock who's like taken down a peg, and then he has to reevaluate himself and start over and be a better man. I mean, that's a classic Tom Cruise movie, and that's kind of Tony Stark's story. Um, let's see. Ratcliffe does have depth as an actor. I would agree. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Say what you will about a lot of. Say what you will about Marvel and a lot of areas, but at least they've managed to hold a universe together without massive overhaul. Yes, they have. They've done a lot of retcon in other parallel universes and shit like that, but they've been able to kind of keep it together. I mean, yeah, they have mistakes too. They even like early on. I wish they'd bring this back. It had this thing called the No Prize, where there'd be continuity errors because, of course, and they invited fans to send in through the letter columns like an explanation, like, oh, why did this character do this when they were doing this in this other book? Oh, hey, I have thought of something. They'd send in an explanation and they'd get a no prize, which was like nothing. It was kind of like a joke, but it was like an honor. I used to, as a kid, want to get a no prize, but I could never. I never was able to come up with an idea for a continuity fix. Let's see. As in, Tom Cruise is literally Wolverine. Yeah. Let's see. Why doesn't he look older? Yeah, that's also a good point. He doesn't age very much. Let's see. I think there's a bit in The Mummy where like he's called a young man from another actor who's like his same age. Let's see. What about Keanu Reeves? He doesn't also age. Yeah, Keanu doesn't age. Mad props to Keanu. I wonder if he could be a good Wolverine. He's definitely got the action chops for it. He can definitely do it if he wants to. Hey, we got a Steven Universe question. Cool. Do you think Steven and the Gems? What do you think Steven and the Gems would think of the Injustice Superman, especially after finding out? Yeah, I mean, they'd be disappointed. Like Steven would probably try to reason with him, like he always does, and I think he would be successful because it's Superman. Like if he's able to get through to friggin' like Yellow Diamond, I think he could get through to Injustice Superman. So what are your thoughts on Star Trek Discovery and the upcoming Picard series? Can't wait for Picard. That's from Nightwing 4077. Thanks for asking. I haven't gotten CBS's on-demand channel, so I haven't been able to watch Discovery farther than the pilot. I like the pilot a lot, so I can't really give you any more information. I have been like listening to like how it's been going. People are debating on it, so I can't really voice my opinion on that so much. But I get the feeling that the creators and the producers of this show were kind of sort of in the dark about which Star Trek universe it was in. So they were like, okay, let's play it down the middle just in case we're in the Abrams verse or the original verse. I don't know, whatever. But I think it's becoming clear that it's probably the original verse, unless they're doing their own third one, which I hope not. And Picard, I haven't heard too much information, so it's cool to see him back maybe one more time. Russell Crowe called him a younger man, and Cruise is actually 2 years older. Yes, it was Russell Crowe. That was what I was trying to reference. Thank you, Omnitron. I couldn't actually remember Russell Crowe's name. It just didn't come to me. Marion McDaniel, what would Pearl think of Daredevil and his ability to fight even though he's blind? She'd be super impressed by that because she does have, I don't want to say an attitude or a smugness about humans, but she really doesn't think they're very strong, and they are kind of weak. They die almost instantly, compared to her. I mean, she's able to beat them up pretty easily. So do the things Daredevil does and blind, I think would kind of like blow her mind or blow her gem or whatever. I don't know if they should say that at least once in Steven Universe. That blew my gem. Where are we here? I'm so friggin' sick of edgy what if Superman was a big old meanie me. I am too. I am done. There's that Bright Burn movie that James Gunn is doing, and look, I'm very excited for James Gunn to continue his career. He's a really great filmmaker. I really like him a lot. But man, I am so over the what if Superman was evil. I'm done with it. Like, I've seen 80 billion versions of that. I don't know if there's anything literally new to say about that idea. Let's see. What would Pearl think about Captain America? Let's see. I think. Well, I think she would like. I think she would like him. He's an optimistic man named Steven who has a shield. I think she would instantly kind of gravitate towards him. Maybe probably even protect him. Because Pearl does have a tendency to project. Haha, she projects. God, Rebecca Sugar, you just. What do you think the Doctor would think of Pearl's attitude towards humans? Well, Pearl, she doesn't. I might be overstating that because I think she is protective of humans, and I think they would have a lot of common ground. I think she has more of an attitude about them than he does, so that would cause some nice kind of comedy. But I think they would. I don't think there's too much daylight on their opinions of humans. As the biggest Superman fanboy, I know I say this: stop ruining Superman. Yeah, come on, let's just do. Look. You can't keep deconstructing something without constructing it every once in a while. There's nothing to go against if you're constantly rebelling against it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Superman, it has become the standard. So what do? We like to rebel against the standard, which isn't kind of unfair because it's kind of not what he's supposed to be about anyway. Unless you really kind of read and become a fan of the character and really kind of get into him. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever going to escape that irritating tendency some people have, like comic fans. I mean, it's not just non-comic fans. There are a lot of comic fans who kind of have that attitude, and creators and writers and stuff like that. I don't know if he'll be able to escape that. I think that'll probably be something always unfairly hung on him. Let's see. Stumble Reel says that one exception in my mind because it looks dope, and I love slasher flicks. Oops, I'm sorry, I must have missed your previous statement on that. Let's see. Omnitron says I love DC's Captain. I love DC's Captain Marvel. Really do. He's right up there with Superman. He's my favorite superhero. And that's similar. It's really hard to like the one and not the other. Yeah, I know. I mean. He's another character. I just wish people could just lighten up and just enjoy and let others enjoy. Because the 2000s, they seem to be really kind of digging on in the comics, Billy Batson, Captain Marvel's sidekicks and stuff like that. And God, you're not cool. Just kind of let these characters be these characters. Not everybody can be Batman or, whatever you're trying to do. The DC universe is a diverse place, and just let it be diverse. We'll see. Maybe if the movie's successful enough, we can finally get that wedge in there. Let's see. Omnitron says, but the Shazam movie really seems to be about bringing us all that the Superman style is back. Superhero. Yeah, I'm going to say that right now. Without being Superman, it's kind of trying to bring Superman back. I'm sorry. I know that Henry Cavill was in talks to be in the movie or wanted him to be in the movie. It have been cool if he was. I mean, even just for a cameo. That's all I could have really needed, frankly. Let's see. Nightwing 4077. That's why I love the Superman comics. Since Rebirth started, Superman is Superman, and it's not that hard. one of those superheroes, along with Wonder Woman and a couple others, that people put way too much pressure on to try and change and figure out, and like, I really don't have to do that. You know, this shit ain't hard. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. I'm gonna just do this as an hour. I'm also gonna probably retitle this. I forgot how many real Manos live shows I've done, so I'll probably number this. So I was just doing a simple Q&A today, and kind of wanted to test the waters and see if we could go back. There we go. But let's see. Oh, yeah. I was talking about Brightburn. It's more like Michael Myers. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it does have that kind of feeling to it. But I don't know. I'm just so over the evil Superman idea. I think it needs to take a break for a generation. Then we can come back and act like it's all new in 2030. That'd be nice. 2030, we'll go, hey, what if Superman was like evil? Like, whoa, that's a crazy idea. That might be fun. And then, of course, the internet of the 2030 will go, well, hey, funny you mentioned that. And, I don't know. Smug people will always be smug. All right. What do you think Jasper would think? Batman. She would obviously underestimate him, think he's a weakling and a fool, and in her way, and try and stomp him. And of course, Batman would do what Batman does, and quickly figure out her weaknesses, because he's fought people as strong as her. So I mean, not a fair fight. He has to cheat. Let's be honest. He needs to cheat to win against people like her. But I mean, what are you going to do? Look, you're smart enough to cheat against a godlike, powerful person. You know, that's, hey, all fair. Thoughts on the Batman versus Ninja Turtles movie? Oh crap! You know, I thought about talking about this and I forgot about it. I am excited about it. Now, when that comic came out, the one that this seems to be based on, I think that came out still during the 52 era, so I wasn't going to buy it, even though I was buying Ninja Turtle. So I remember being kind of cross about like if I was going to get it or not, and I ended up not getting it. This seems to be based on that. It looks really cool. The action looks really top notch. I like the art style. It's really interesting. It's not too much like any Batman or Ninja Turtle I've seen before, and I think that was kind of a cool choice to kind of go in on common ground where one doesn't look too much like one of the other's franchises. It might have been super neat if they had been able to finagle like the animated actors and maybe the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle actors. How fucking crazy would that have been if we could hear those? But the voice cast sounds really good. So I'm kind of in. I've been thinking about going back and buying the crossovers in the trade, because I don't know, it's just really cool. Batman and Ninja Turtles. The only thing better than that to me is Daredevil and the Ninja Turtles, and I don't know when that's ever going to happen. So I mean, second best thing is Batman and Ninja Turtles. Let's see. Where are we here? What are your thoughts on Brightburn? I already talked about that for a minute. Once this is uploaded, you can go back. I'm not crazy about the idea, although it looks like it's going to be well done, but I'm kind of bored by the whole Superman evil thing. The only difference in the comic is that the Turtles, Batman exists in the same universe, just as the Turtles live in New York, and of course Batman's in Gotham. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see, Stumble Real. Last thought. Okay, we're going to end it here. Last thought. I prefer reading a series that has its universe in and of itself. No reboots, no crossover event. Interrupt the arc I'm invested in. And yeah, I've been thinking about doing a video on this subject actually, and I think that has done a slight damage to Marvel and DC. Is these constant reboots and events and epic changes that don't really stay changed. And of course, death. Death is dead in comic books. So once everything is like up here and super epic, it kind of, I don't know, it creates this, it creates an apathy to the point where if you've been reading this long enough, you go, oh, this, okay. I don't know. It's hard. Where I remember being super excited about like Secret Wars when it came out and 0 Hour when it came out, because those felt like, big kind of epic stories that, are important. And now when one comes out, I'm going, should I skip this one? I don't know. I haven't read the last couple. I mean, I don't know. That might just be coming with age. It's like, if you read these things long enough, it just all gets kind of normal. But it shouldn't be normal. This kind of stuff shouldn't be normal. And yeah, I do think they interrupt the writer's normal story arcs, where like, oh crap, I'm trying to build this thing, but I gotta like do this, or like, hey, some writers' work will be completely interrupted because of some stupid crossover that they had nothing to do with. So I know that's got to be frustrating, and I think Marvel's gotten a little bit better at their constant crossovers, not ruining every book. Like, there's a couple of books, like I can read comfortably Daredevil and Miss Marvel with little interruption. And what's funny, so funny, Daredevil is probably one of my favorite comics because it's rarely interrupted. I don't know what magic has happened that keeps Daredevil from being too tied into these massive crossovers, but it's allowed the character to breathe. He's close enough to be in those universes, in that universe, but not too close where he can just, keep doing his own thing. I don't know how that's happened. And that's why I love the character so much, because I've been able to allow to just enjoy the character. So I wish they would learn more from that. Let's see. That was supposed to be the last thought, but I've gotten a few more. It suggests the Valiant universe. Yeah. I've read a couple of things from Valiant. I only have so much money, and there's some stuff from Image and stuff from Valiant and stuff from Boom. Boom's a nice, good, and IDW. And I'm a big fan of like Short Fuse Media. I mean, even before I joined Short Fuse Media. And I don't know, it's hard. Like, these things are expensive, but there's a lot of great stuff out there. 80s Secret Wars. Yeah, that must have been 10 million at that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm talking about 80s Secret Wars. Marvel's War of Realms is built around Jason Aaron's run. Yeah, I mean, that's I'm actually considering buying that because it does feel earned. It feels like he's been kind of like, he has earnestly built through Thor and the Avengers and Jane Foster and all this stuff. So that's kind of cool. I'm actually contemplating picking up that book. Daredevil's become the Punisher. He's immune to crossover events. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I don't know how he does it. And the interruptions aren't in. I've in the past dropped books because of that, and it's annoying. In the 90s, it got really bad. Like, Marvel had a 6-issue Adam Warlock miniseries, and one of the issues was a tie-in to the event that was going on. It's like, are you kidding me? This is a miniseries. Leave the miniseries out of it. They've never done that again, so maybe they learned a lesson from that one. But let's see. Yeah, Matt took lessons from Frank. Yeah, they keep their heads low in this kind of garbage. And I think Miss Marvel is kind of partly learned from them, although she does get involved. But she's been able to. I think Miss Marvel's become one of the biggest characters in recent years, partly due to the fact that G. Willow Wilson has been able to maintain her book and tell the story she wants. Um, so I don't have to read with stuff like that. That's very important. I don't know why more people don't know that. It seems kind of easy, but I think we sometimes make things harder than they need to be. Anyway, with that, I think that'll be the last thought I go on. Thank you, everybody. I've been thinking about the last couple weeks doing a new live show, and I'm glad I did. So we'll be doing a couple more. I'd like to maybe get back to doing one every 2 weeks. I'll figure out something. I'm going to get a new phone, so I'll probably be doing them as soon as I learn how the new phone works. I'm very slow technology-wise. But yeah, maybe I'll kind of do this a little bit more. Maybe I'll do one a month, and maybe every 2 weeks, and then kind of figure out, what I want to do. Let's see. Oh yeah, Omnitron says, "See you, Manos. Here's hoping the hands of fate will see us through the next time." Yes, I do too. And thank you for enjoying Marion McDaniel. I enjoy our times together here on the internets. It's a series of tubes. All right. Have a good night, folks.